What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me for another video, and I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to be talking about, the trust that you have in your banker and your personal, financial representative, whatever the heck it is that they call themselves, because at some places they're called bankers, at other places they're called personal bankers or financial associates or financial advisors. Who cares? How much do you actually trust that person when you go to your financial institution? Because I want to tell you this right now, and I'm not bashing your person because I don't know who they are, but it is dangerous to assume that that person is better with money than you are. Okay? I know they're that person that has a business card that they're giving you. Maybe they're wearing a suit and jacket. Maybe they look like they've got everything figured out and they work at a bank or a credit union, therefore they must know what they're doing. And that is not always the case. I promise you. I cannot tell you how much it frustrates me when I work with other, financial advisors or people that are in a position to help people when it comes to their finances give bad advice, or maybe they just give, the wrong advice knowingly because maybe there's a commission involved if they just go on with it and make a sale. I honestly wish that every single time you sat down with one of these guys, there's like a stat sheet on them. Like, oh, this is his credit score, or oh, this is what's in her account balance. Oh, this is, how many payments he's behind on his car loan. I hate to break it to you guys, but just because they're in that position doesn't mean they know what they're talking about, doesn't mean that they follow their own advice, doesn't mean really that you should or have to listen to them. I want you guys to educate yourself, okay? Because when you go into a situation where you actually need something, it is so much better to be prepared and knowledgeable about what you want, because then no one else is going to take advantage of you. If you say, oh, I know that this is what I need, I know how it works, and I know what I want, that's what you need to give me, no one's going to try and sell you on something different. No one is going to try and say, oh, this is actually what you really need. I think this product is better suited for your situation. No. Don't fall for that. You know what you want. You know what's best for you. Okay? What's a good example of this? I can think real quickly about one thing that happens all the time, and it pisses me off. Okay, so I know you guys know this, and I know I sound like a broken record player, but I work with loans a lot. Okay? So let's say, someone calls up a loan officer and they're like, oh, hello, Mr. Loan Officer, this emergency happened and I need $5,000, personal loan, really quick, bad situation, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you are asking for a personal loan. Right? Let's say the loan officer submits the application, they put everything in, your credit score is like a 710, and then they say, oh, you know what, you're approved. Here's a personal loan. I'm glad we could help you out. The interest rate's going to be about 14% since it's unsecured debt. I know you've got good credit, but personal loans are just naturally riskier, therefore you're going to have to go with that. And in all honesty, they just did exactly what you asked them to do. Now, on the other hand, whenever they put in that application, they see your credit score, they see your credit report, they see everything, regarding your financial background, or at least what should be on your report. But because of that, they can also see what you have or what you don't have. So someone like me, someone that really wants people to put themselves in the best position as possible, I will try and get that, money put on something that's secured, right? I'll try to attach it to vehicle equity or a motorcycle or a home, whatever it may be, so it's something that's secured and a lower rate, and someone's getting like 2% instead of 14%, right? The loan officer has the same exact knowledge, the same exact capabilities, but they don't really care because, why should I take the time to do more work? Now I'll have to get involved with like title paperwork or possibly more work than just a personal loan requires, so I'm not really going to mess with that. So whose fault is this really? I mean, is it the loan officer's fault because they didn't offer you something that perhaps they knew would help you out from a financial perspective far more than what your personal loan request would have been? Or is it your fault for not knowing about this and, they're only going to give you what you asked for, therefore it's on you to know what to ask for? Another good example, credit cards. You know, what happens if someone's applying for a credit card for the first time and they're like, hey, you know, I don't know a whole lot about credit cards. Can you teach me? Like, what should I do? And the banker says, you know, really all you need to do is just pay on time and you'll be fine. No, there's far more to it than just that. Obviously, yeah, pay on time, but there's also your capacity ratio that affects your credit score. There's how much you pay. There's how interest is calculated. There's ways of not paying interest on a credit card, right? There's so many more variables than just making your payment on time. It's not to say that paying on time is bad advice or anything like that, but it's not the full picture. That person is doing a disservice to their customer because they're not giving them the full picture. And whether that's because they're not educated enough or, you know, whether they just don't really want to take the time to explain everything, either way is somewhat inexcusable for being in that position. So what do you think? Whose responsibility is it, right? I told you in the beginning of this video, don't assume that, you know, people know more than you do or people are naturally going to help you out as much as possible. I hate to say that you can't really trust every single person in these institutions, and trust is kind of a mean word to throw out there. I'm not saying you can't trust them, but oftentimes they may not know everything. Perhaps they're new, right? And they just don't know everything that's possible. Perhaps they're lazy and they just don't want to put in the extra work to do something better for you. Perhaps they're more financially motivated from a commission standpoint. If they're charging you a higher interest rate on a certain type of loan, perhaps they get more of a commission kickback than this other loan that would help you out better. All I'm saying is don't assume anything, and you need to educate yourself on all of this stuff. And I can't tell you how happy it makes me when people email me questions and they give me like so much information on their situation and they know what they're talking about, they know what they're looking for. Maybe they just need help finding the right place to take their business. I love that because I know that they fully understand what this situation is. They're not just saying, oh, you know, I don't know what I need help with, but can you help me? You know, that doesn't do me any good. But when people say, bam, 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 this is what I need help with, this is my credit score, this is my loan to value ratio, this is my job history, you know, I know this looks bad, but this looks good, you know, that's what you're looking for, someone that fully understands the picture. So question of the day, do you trust most of the people that you see at your financial institution, whether it's the tellers that you work with, a personal banker, branch managers, loan officers, who cares? Do you trust those individuals? And if so, now's a chance to kind of like promote the business that you want to. I mean, how cool would it be to say, oh, you know, such and such representative at this bank is awesome. They always take care of me. I love it when I see them because I know that they are looking out for my best interest. How cool would it be to give that person as much business as possible? So if someone is looking for new representation when it comes to their finances and they live in your state, perhaps maybe they can go to your guy, and now we're giving business to good people and more people are partnered up with, you know, institutions and representatives that are actually looking out for their best interests. So let us know below with a comment, tweet, whatever you need to do. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this video. I hope you learned something new from it and you were able to strengthen your financial position. I'm going to keep coming out with more videos, so please stay tuned. But go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.